Sweet baby Jesus, how could this have happened? I mean, we had one of the best consultant groups in the world that has worked on many AAA titles that came out this year. A company that is deeply in touch. Like, they can't stop touching the gamers. They're in tune with the modern audience. They know what the player covets and desires, and yet Suicide Squad is in desperate need for help. Not only are there more people on Steam right now playing Batman Arkham City than this game, which came out this year, but apparently there are rumors that people are getting refunds. Now, it's very interesting because the refunds, to get them on PlayStation is actually quite difficult. Usually on Steam, you can get them for any reason whatsoever, as long as you have less than 2 hours of play, and it's, I think, like 2 weeks. And in that period of time, you can get a refund for whatever reason you want. But on PlayStation, it's a little bit more difficult. Usually the product needs to not be working in order for you to get a refund. So many people, like I see a lot of social justice activists coping and seething because they're treating these types of games as if it's the gospel, right? Like if it's part of the woke religion. Again, it's like pissing on the Gospel of Luke or something from their point of view. Like, the woke ideology is religious in nature, and entertainment is how they indoctrinate people. At least that's how they view it, right? Like, you had, no, I'm not kidding. Like, you had actual CEOs at gaming companies saying that our games are meant to change the world. Like we want to change how people think with our gaming. Like this is what it is, right? Like, they're, the director of The Last of Us, the TV show, was very proud in having gay romance in his TV show. I mean, it's 2024, like, it's not groundbreaking or anything, but he was pretending as if it was. And he was saying, like, yeah, I know that this is not what the audience wants, but it's like hiding the carrot in the broccoli, right? Like, this is how they're viewing it. So when things are happening to their IPs, when they're not profitable, when people aren't buying it, when people are insulting the IP, they don't view it as people not liking Suicide Squad. They view it as people not liking woke ideology. And what type of human being, chat, what type of human being cannot love woke ideology? I mean, it's the only ideology in the history of mankind that preaches compassion and tolerance and love and understanding. So if you don't like it, well, you must be a hateful person that has no tolerance, is a complete bigot, has no love, just hatred in his heart. That's how they view things, right? So this is why when someone attacks a video game or a movie, these people go unhinged. Because in their mind, it's not the movie that's being attacked. It's like, no, it's the core essence. It's like their ideas and beliefs. Again, it's the same way that I guess like a religious zealot would act if you tell them there's no God or you don't believe in Jesus, right? Like, or if you tell them that you disrespected the Bible or the Quran. Like it's not that you disrespected the book, it's like you disrespected the essence of what that book represents, right? So now that we understand why people react like this and they are so defensive, my advice to them is like, you know, if you actually had bought the game, like if the minorities that you claim this game represents, if the women that this game allegedly represents through the ugly depiction of Harley Quinn that you have there, then the game wouldn't be in financial distress. But no one is playing it, right? Like, you like to bitch, whine, and complain, but you're not playing the game. Maybe they're minors, you know? Maybe they're under the age of 18 and they would love to buy this game, but the ESRB doesn't let them. Because I do see, like, a lot of minors on Twitter all of a sudden being part of the discourse. Like, why are you talking about mature games? Like, wait until you ding 17 and then you can have an opinion. But anyway, right, we don't know whether or not this is an occurring event, like if the refunds happen more than just with this one person or not. I suspect, though, that, as we can see here, it was the digital edition. And the digital edition offers a new cancer that has arrived on the gaming industry. It's interesting how all these games, you know, like they're inclusive, like a lot of people to play it. And at the same time, I saw AAA companies saying requiring ID to vote is racist because buying ID is expensive, right? But the same companies who are like, okay, well, there are some people who can't afford basic things in life, we're going to make our games as expensive as possible, and we're going to milk people of money as much as possible as we can. So usually, like the deluxe editions now, they cost around $90, sometimes 100. And one of the disgusting things that they do is that they will promise to let you play the game earlier. So you buy the deluxe edition and you get to play the game like 10 days earlier before launch. This is complete madness. It hasn't been done before. Like, if the game is already there and it's already working, why are you doing this? Like why are you trying to psychologically manipulate people, especially when it's a multiplayer game like Diablo, and you're giving a head start to competitive players, you're giving a head start to streamers and whatnot. Absolutely disgusting. I hate this practice. I'm not saying that it's illegal or that they shouldn't be allowed to do it. I'm saying it's disgusting. Like, it's another, disgusting thing that companies do in order to build customers of money. You know what they can do if they want to save cash? Like, I'll tell you, as an indie game developer myself and talking with other indie game developers now, you realize that in 2024, because you have like so many gaming engines that are readily available for use, like you got the Unity engine, you got the Unreal engine, like you got so many options, you don't need more than 10 developers in order to make a game. Like, I'm not kidding. You can make a AAA game you can make a game that looks like a AAA game, which came out in 2020 with just like 10 developers. You don't need more, right? Everything else is bloat. Everything else is fat. Like all of these diversity councils and human resources and all these departments, they are completely useless. You just need 10 developers. But you can do it with 20, 30. Don't believe me. Look at Arkham City, the game. Like, it actually had less of a budget and less people than Suicide Squad, and it was more popular. It's so popular that people play it today and they're having fun. So all of this woke ideology, all of this nonsense is like, no, you need the people to tone police. You need more people to supervise. You need complete horseshit. Why are video games costing $350 million now? If your game is this expensive, normally you're going to start to try to milk the customer out of every single penny. With DLC, with microtransaction, with all of this nonsense that they're putting, and they're desperate for cash. Because like the HR lady is fat, right? Like she's a massive corporeal manifestation and requires more food on her table, more. And she's looking at you, insulting you on Twitter, and coveting your wealth. Like, she requires your money. She needs it. So this is why you have like all of these shenanigans. And now, it's another PR disaster for this company. I would say it's significant, but due to the fact that they're already the laughing stock of the internet, I suppose, like, the fact that there's refunds getting on PlayStation, which again is something very rare. I mean, I can't even remember with the last game that it happened. I think it was Cyberpunk, right? So to see your game getting refunded on PlayStation, even if it's one guy, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And this is what they're getting now. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I have to e-beg. Very important. Listen, look, I got to e-beg. Okay? It used to be called e-begging. Now it's not, because everyone does it. But if you'd like to support the channel, I would really appreciate it. There's a link into the pinned comment. See, I don't get the ESG funding, but I get you guys to help out. So there's a link into the pinned comment. It takes you to my subscribe star. Or Patreon if you prefer, like whatever. And, every little donation helps, like $5. It helps keep the channel going. And I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.